Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Leonard and welcome back to Season 3 of the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast, where we provide domestic violence education, empower survivors, advocate for healthy relationships, and promote a resilient lifestyle. On today's episode, we will be talking about ways to relieve stress in honor of Go Red for Women Day and American Heart Month. Go Red for Women Day was February 2nd and happens on the first Friday in February each year, to stand in solidarity and stand up for women's heart health. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death in women in the United States and could potentially be prevented by relieving stress. With that being said, let's get into ways to relieve stress and help save the lives of women. So let's talk about what stress is. Stress is defined as a state of worry or mental tension. Stress is a normal reaction to everyday pressures, but it can become unhealthy if it upsets your daily activities or your physical and mental well-being. When we're stressed, we may be anxious or irritable, have difficulty concentrating, experience headaches or body pains, have an upset stomach or trouble sleeping, or even experience an increase or decrease in appetite. Chronic stress can worsen pre-existing conditions like heart disease and mental health conditions. Now let's get into ways we can relieve and cope with stress. First off, having a daily routine can help us feel in control and relieve stress. Having a schedule also helps us use our time efficiently and not have to worry about what we're doing each day. When creating your schedule, be sure to set time for things like regular meals, physical activity, daily chores, and time with family and friends. Having a routine and schedule will also involve saying no sometimes. Don't overload yourself with things to do to the point where it's unmanageable. Having too much on your plate can create a lot of stress and is honestly something that I struggle with. It's definitely a learning process to be able to manage your schedule well and say no to opportunities. But the stress and sacrifice of your mental health is not worth it a lot of the time. Getting active is another great way to relieve stress and feel more relaxed, both physically and mentally, every day. In the US, it is recommended that adults perform at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity each week. Additional benefits can be seen if 300 minutes or more are performed, and it is also recommended that muscle strengthening activities be performed twice a week. This amount of activity helps us live the healthiest lives we can and can reduce our feelings of stress. Eating a healthy diet also helps us relieve stress and feel the best we can, both physically and mentally. In the US, it is recommended that adults consume vegetables of all types, fruits with an emphasis on whole fruit, grains which are mostly whole grains, dairy that is low in fat or a fortified alternative, and protein foods like lean meats, seafood, lentils, and soy products. This promotes a healthy heart as well. Also be sure to eat regularly throughout the day and drink 9 to 13 cups of water. Getting enough sleep is also crucial to reducing stress. Sleep is intended to repair and relax our bodies. It affects our mood, energy levels, focus, and overall ability to function day to day. When we have too much to do or to think about, our sleep can suffer. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, so some good sleep habits we can implement are going to bed and getting up at the same time each day, making sure your sleeping environment is dark, quiet, and comfortable, and limiting screen time before bed. Now that we've covered some healthy habits, make sure you're also avoiding unhealthy habits like drinking too much caffeine, alcohol, smoking, eating too much, or using illegal substances. Grounding practices like meditation and yoga are also great ways to relieve stress. Meditation focuses your attention on your body and clears stress of the mind, allowing you to feel a sense of calmness and peace. Check out the last episode for a simple guided meditation. Yoga is an ancient practice intended to teach both mental and physical discipline. It's a great way to relieve your body of stress. You can find amazing videos on YouTube or can take a class with your local studio. Connecting with others can also offer us distraction and support when we are feeling stressed. Spending time with loved ones helps us to feel better and often involves lots of laughter, which is scientifically proven to reduce stress. Laughter fires up and then cools down our stress response, leaving us with lower heart rate and blood pressure, more relaxed muscles, and increased amounts of endorphins, or happy hormones, that are going to the brain. So this is great for the heart as well. Keeping a journal is also a great way to relieve stress. Writing down your thoughts can help release pent-up feelings and get them physically out of your body. When journaling, write down whatever comes to mind. There is no judgment in journaling, so there is no need to avoid writing your true thoughts and feelings. Another great way to relieve stress is by getting creative. This can be through music or art. Listening or playing music can provide a distraction, decrease muscle tension, and lower stress hormones. Art and other creative activities like drawing, painting, sewing, reading, or gardening can also provide us with stress relief. Counseling is also a great way to learn more coping mechanisms for stress. It also provides a space where you can talk about how you feel when you're stressed and the things in life causing you stress. Counseling is very important to seek out if you can't find ways to adequately cope with your stress or if you feel overwhelmed and trapped. I honestly will be starting therapy again soon after a bout of anxiety and feeling overwhelmed, and it's not something to be ashamed of. I'm glad our society is more open to talking about mental health now than it has been in the past. Even if you don't immediately need help, therapy is a great way to learn new coping skills and have a good maintenance routine for your mental health. So I would strongly encourage everyone to check out counseling options. So that was all the different ways we can relieve stress to cope with all of life's challenges and prevent heart disease. If you'd like to learn more ways to cope with stress, the World Health Organization has an illustrated guide called Doing What Matters in Times of Stress that shows more great ways we can deal with stress in our everyday lives. I will link it in the description if you'd like to check it out. Other ways we can save lives from heart disease are learning hand-only CPR so you can jump into action if you see someone in cardiac arrest, monitoring your blood pressure, and raising awareness throughout the month of February as it's American Heart Month. I hope you all learned a new way to relieve stress and live cardiovascular disease-free. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the question box or comment section below. It is my goal with the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast to create a community of survivors and a greater community that is more knowledgeable about domestic violence, so we can end the cycle once and for all. Love Doesn't Hurt aims to be another resource people can use to understand their experiences, get help, and know they're not alone. If you need immediate help, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or text START in all capital letters to 88788. You can also visit their website, thehotline.org, for more information. If you enjoyed this episode or learned something new, please be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. If you would like to support the mission of Love Doesn't Hurt, I would really appreciate you giving it a 5-star rating wherever you listen. Also be sure to follow Love Doesn't Hurt on Instagram at Love Doesn't Hurt Pod and Facebook, Love Doesn't Hurt Podcast. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, spread love everywhere you go.